Home 8th inning. Mets down 4-2 in the opener of a 6-game homestand. They'll have 9-1-2 in the batting order coming up after a very impressive Mets debut from Justin Garza. Back-to-back strikeouts.
He had to be pumped up, but you just love when your relievers come in for their first appearance and go right after the hitters.
Left-hander Jose Ferrer on to pitch for the Nats. Ronnie Mauricio first man up and takes a slider for a strike, 0-1. Jacob Young, a terrific outfielder, will come into play center field. Robert Hassel moves to right. And Mauricio takes a changeup that goes to the backstop, 1-1.
Well, 22 scoreless outings, but he's only given up 1 run in his last 13 and 2/3 innings for Ferrer. Does not walk anyone.
Now a sinker chopped foul. He'll throw that sinker about 70% of the time.
Jeremy Hefner now telling Garza what to expect. Maybe might go out there for 1 or 2 more batters.
There's nobody up in the Mets bullpen, so it looks like he is still in the game. Unless the Mets can score some runs. Well outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes to Mauricio. With Lindor and Marte to follow. If anybody gets on, then it's Soto here in the 8th. That's we're down 3-0, chipped away before the home run by Abrams made it 4-2 in the 5th, and it's stayed that way since. Mauricio gets tied up, and it's in there for a call, strike 3. So they didn't say he swung, but they said it caught the inside corner, and Ferrer has a strikeout to start his tenure.
See what that pitch was. Did it catch the strike zone? Yeah, every bit of it. It's just whether it was high enough. I think that's what Mauricio had issues with.
So 1 out now. Lindor, who had a base hit in the first inning, since then has grounded out and struck out. All of his at bats have come from the right side tonight, with Gore the starter and now Ferrer in the game. And that sinker misses down for ball 1. Lindor's had 1 career at bat against Ferrer, 0 for 1. 11 straight Mets have been retired since Tyrone Taylor's double in the 4th. Gore retired his last 7. Brad Lord had a 1-2-3 7th. And now Ferrer has gotten his first man in the 8th. Lindor up in the count, 2-0 with Marte on deck. And Francisco takes a strike, 2-1. Lindor chops 1 foul. Sinker's got a lot of bite.
Yeah, he doesn't mess around. He just gets on that mound ready to throw.
Two coming, and Lindor shoots 1 foul. Two from Ferrer, and he struck him out. Got him with a changeup. Back-to-back strikeouts for Ferrer to start the bottom of the 8th.
Well, that's a good pitch. All those fastballs down and right out of the same spot. A little changeup. See that grip, has all of his hands on it, pronates that arm and turns it over.
Kyle Finnegan, the Nats closer, starts to loosen. Starling Marte, the batter, 0 for 3 tonight, and he takes a fastball strike. Well, if you're the Nats, this is the most important batter of the game.
Yeah, you're looking for a bloop and a blast if you're the Mets.
So a lot more changeups in this outing than we're accustomed to seeing from Ferrer, and he's up in the count on Marte, 0-2. Edwin Diaz hoping for at least a tie going to the 9th. But the Mets will need that aforementioned bloop and blast to get him that. Soto on deck, but Ferrer trying to make quick work of the Mets in the 8th, ahead of the count on Marte, 0-2. And Starling has to vacate. Coming up tonight after the post-game show, it's on to Sports Night. Minicamp. What more is there to be said?
Every week.
1-2 coming. And he checks his swing on a changeup in the dirt, and he stopped it in time. 2-2. Marte's worked the count to 2-2. And he yanks one foul on a sinker. Justin Garza staying warm. Mets don't score. The ninth inning is his. 2-2 from Ferrer. And he sailed that changeup, and it's 3-2. Marte trying to get aboard any way he can to get Soto to the plate as the tying run. Soto's already homered once tonight. And Marte takes ball 4 from 0-2 to a walk. And Soto will come to bat as the tying run.
Boy, that's a good at-bat right there. Give the Mets a chance.
First walk tonight by Washington pitching.
Marte never looked like he was comfortable one time in that at-bat and still works out a walk.
Soto hit an opposite field home run in the third inning. The 62nd opposite field home run of his career since he came up in 2018. That's the most of any left-hand batter. He takes a call strike. Bryce Harper is second with 50. Thanks to Sarah Langs for that stat. Soto fouls off a 100-mile-an-hour sinker, and it's 0-2.
Boy, he had a good swing at that. Ask of the umpire, was that a strike?
Soto's seen Ferrer before. He's 1 for 3 against him. Down in the count here, 0-2. And Juan lines one into right field, but coming on, Hassel does. He can't get it, and it's behind him. Marte on his way to third. He's going to score. Soto to second. He'll stop there with an RBI double. And the Mets are within a run. It's 4-3. A rookie mistake by Hassel. A ball that he had to pull up on, but he tried to make the diving catch, and it cost the Nats a run, and now the tying run is at second with Alonso coming up.
He just misjudged this ball, Gary. See how much topspin that Soto puts on this ball. He thought he was going to make it a catch easily, but the bottom dropped out of that baseball, and it gets by Hassel. Soto thought he was going to catch it as well.
Yeah, if Soto had run hard out of the box, he probably would have been on third base, but he waited to see that ball fall in. So now Davey Martinez is going to bring in his closer Kyle Finnegan to try and get 4 outs, with the Mets having pulled with on a run in the 8th. Call to the bullpen brought to you by Nissan. We'll be right back. Pete Alonso coming to the plate in a 1-run game with the tying run at second and 2 out in the bottom of the 8th.
Well, 106 saves lifetime for Kyle Finnegan. He's 18 for 21 so far this season. 2-pitch mix, really. 4-seamer, 95 plus, and a split.
Alonso 0 for 3 tonight. Soto at second. And the first pitch fastball in for a strike. Pete's got a couple of home runs on his ledger against Finnegan, who has 3 blown saves this year, one of them against the Mets. He gave up a 3-run triple to Mark Vientos in Washington. And Pete drives one toward the left field corner. That ball is off the fence. That'll tie the game. Soto is in. Alonso racing for second. He slides and he's out at second base. Alonso with a bullet to drive in the tying run. And then James Wood guns him down trying to get to second. Mets score 2 in the bottom of the 8th to get even. Still waiting to see if the Mets will challenge, but they say no challenge, as Pete tried to keep his hand on the bag, but he came off as Garcia put on the tag, and that's how the inning ends. But Soto and Alonso with RBI hits, and it's 4-4 going to the 9th.